Hello everyone, in this video I'll show you how to make a useful device that will help you during power outages. The first thing we need is a box for circuit breakers with 12 modules. Unscrew the 2 screws and remove the cover. At the bottom of the box you need to drill 2 holes with a diameter of 20 millimeters. By the way, I make these devices to order, so if anyone needs one, write in the comments or on Telegram. Now you need to install cable glands into the holes you made. In the video, I show everything clearly so that you can make this panel yourself, but if something doesn't work out for you, as I said, you can order a finished one from me. Next, we will need a DN rail socket, a 16 amp circuit breaker and a transfer switch. I'm using a 125 amp model from Tomzien. As you can see, all the components are sealed and absolutely new, so you don't have to worry about the reliability of the panel. And the last module we need is a 40 amp relay for protection against voltage surges. We install all these modules on one rail and move on to connecting them. We insert a 5-core cable with a cross section of 2.5 square millimeters into the first input. With this cable, the device will be connected to the panel where the meter is installed. We strip the insulation, then crimp each core with wire ferrules. Next, we connect any 2 cores to the input of the voltage relay, leave 1 core for grounding, and connect the remaining 2 to the output. For the Thomson ATS, we take 2 jumpers and place them under the first rail, then connect these jumpers to the output of the voltage relay. Blue is neutral, red is phase. Everything is labeled on the relay. The opposite ends of these jumpers are connected to the input. On the Thomson ATS, neutral is connected to terminal N and phase to R. Again, we take 2 jumpers and connect them. The output of the voltage relay goes to the socket. Neutral is connected directly to the socket and the phase needs to go through the circuit breaker. We connect the phase jumper in the same way to the output of the voltage relay and then to the circuit breaker. By the way, such panels are already available for sale, but my price will be much lower than on the market. And in addition, I will always give you advice over the phone if something doesn't work out. We connect the output of the circuit breaker to the socket, and in this way it will work with protection. Next, you need to install 2 jumpers at the input and connect terminal N to terminal AN and terminal R to terminal AR. On the Thomson circuit breaker, everything is labeled, so if you do it yourself, you'll easily figure it out. I'm showing everything clearly so you can see exactly what to connect and where. Through the second input, you need to run a 3x2.5 cable, then connect 1 wire to the grounding contact of the socket, adding a jumper to it. Now this jumper needs to be connected to the free wire of the 5-core cable. I make the connection using crimping to ensure everything is secure, and then I insulate it with heat shrink tubing. The remaining 2 wires need to be connected to the output. In the ATS from Thomson, I immediately add the jumpers that need to be connected to the green terminal block to the BR and BN contacts. At this stage, the connection of all the modules in the panel is complete. As you can see, everything is done reliably and it is safe to connect a charging station to such a panel. Next, you need to connect a plug to the 3-core cable. Remove the insulation and then crimp each conductor. The plug should be of good quality since it will be connected to the output of the charging station. I connected the plug contacts according to the charging station socket standard, neutral on the left, phase on the right. Additionally, I labeled everything so nothing gets mixed up. The 5-core cable is also labeled to indicate where the input, output and grounding are. I put stickers on the cover next to each module so I know what each one is for and how the device works. We close it and screw in the 2 screws. Now you can safely connect the charging station to your apartment. If you want to order a panel like this, write in the comments or on Telegram. Next, I'll show you how to connect it to your apartment properly. Here we see a typical wiring diagram. There is a main circuit breaker before the meter, and after the meter there is a breaker for the wiring. In your apartment, you need to install the automatic transfer switch panel somewhere nearby, then turn off the breaker after the meter and disconnect the apartment wiring from it. Next, you need to connect the wires from the automatic transfer switch panel to this breaker, which are labeled as input. The phase will be on the left and neutral on the right. Next to this breaker, you need to install one more additional breaker. After installing the breaker, connect the output wires from the automatic transfer switch panel. The phase and neutral sides don't matter here. And to the output of this breaker, you connect the wiring that goes to the apartment. Well, that's it, the automatic transfer switch panel is connected. Now the new breaker goes to the apartment and the old one goes to the panel. Next, you take your charging station and plug the charging cable into the socket. For example, I'm using my homemade station. The cable with the plug, which comes from the panel, is connected to the output of the charging station. That's it. Now the apartment has backup power that works automatically.